Ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Vibin Sonic, here today with another YouTube video. Today's video is going to actually be the game in which I ranked up to eternity this season, and this being season 2.5. I believe it's like 18 days left in the season as well at the current point of this video. But the game itself took place a few days prior to that. So I just wanted to provide, a nice form of long form content, if you will, for this particular day. Obviously, the previous video was a more shortened version of a pretty clutch game. This is a very long game, and the way how the matches were going that particular night was just like very 50-50. Is pretty crazy, which I am used to, but it seemed like every single time I was about to rank up, something would happen, or we'll have one of those really bad games and then it just wouldn't happen. And that happened, like, I want to say 4 to 5 times before I ultimately ended up ranking up to eternity rank. Now this match, I'm actually surprised it didn't go the same way again, because there was a lot of stuff going on here in this match that was just pretty insane. One of the things that kind of led me to believe that we might be in trouble right away was the fact that we had 2 healers, one of which being Ultron. Now, those that know, Ultron is most optimal when he is in a 3 healer lineup. Not 2, but 3. Especially since most Ultrons will focus more on their damage, especially when they ult. Even though the ult can be used both offensively and defensively to heal your team, in most situations, once you hear Ultron reign supreme, you're not getting shot at with healing beams at all. So that's usually pretty scary. It's basically you have 1.5 healers as a result, if the other person is actually using a primary healer with a healing ult, if you will. So that was one of the things that kind of made me like, I don't know about this one, right? But you never know. And so with that being said, let's get into it. Now, starting out, as you saw, I like to play towards that corner there instead of all the way up front. That allows me to get some natural cover, and it also allows my healers in most cases not have to worry about overextending in order to actually get a good angle to heal people that are way up in front. Now, some of the other people, if they still do that, it is what it is, but whatever. Well, this round started off, it was pretty good, though. But the opposing team definitely kept making a lot of switches, a lot of adjustments throughout the game. And sometimes they'll work pretty well, and other times not so much. My team, it is, man. But you see how I'm using just this corner here, not overextending, and so it's providing me with natural cover, so that way I can get healed when needed, rather than being fully exposed, like how the Thor on our team here, Dante, Darius, one of the people I was part of it with, he got melted because he wasn't necessarily in that cover, but he's obviously an off tank using Thor. Dive tank. Kind of has the mobility to move around all over the place if he wants to anyway, Emma, not so much. It's a lot of ults being used right now, but see what I'm saying? Look at that Ultron. Not shooting a single soul on the scene, so people are dying. Speaking of dying, I'm just about cooked here. Figured there was no point in trying to stall my ult because most people weren't even there yet, so regroup. Get rid of that Spider-Man. The Black Panther on my team was just going through it most of the entire game. He was pretty wild. And like I always say, a lot of Black Panther mains and Spider-Man mains, they don't know when to give up. A lot of times they'll force their pick all the way into the end of the game, even when it's clear it's not working. Some of them are smart enough to make switches if needed, but a lot of times they gonna force that character. They're gonna play it, even if the other team has 4 counters on them. Getting absolutely melted. There were situations like this that you could definitely feel that you had just Ultron and one healer on the team, because people were getting killed. Cooked. To make matters worse, this guy that was on Ultron eventually switches to Jeff for like a split second, then switches to Loki. It's like, brother, I need you to make up your mind. Now, you see the team is still getting pretty wiped out, even though now we have a Loki. So, you know, maybe the guy is better off on Ultron. Maybe he's not really a healer and he's just filling. And then decides to use, you know, one of those characters instead of like a rocket or a cloak. Although the cloak was taken. So, but at this point, the guy Buffy's on our team was definitely crashing out. Apparently the Buffy's person also knew the other team, and they target banned him with the magic hit. So apparently he must have went crazy with magic the previous game. Target banned him, and there it is. Now, this round here, they start off with Black Panther, and I am my Black Panther still, and right away I noticed that this guy's getting diff hard. I'm like, damn, every time I look up, this man dying to Black Panther. They're gonna be getting melted yet again, and then look. I'm like, oh my god. That's how Black Panther is getting destroyed like this by the other Black Panther. Ultron's still in the damn spawn, just chilling. Tandy needs help. At this point, I'm just contemplating if this is even worth it. Black Panther goes out of the spawn and immediately battles the other Black Panther. And I'm like, oh my god. What's going on? Ultron reigns supreme. It's not looking good for us at all. I'm like, come on, man. We can make something shake, right? At the very least, you know, Donnie, myself, and Dante can make something shake, right? Eventually, right? And then right away, I see my Black Panther manages to kill a healer. I'm like, okay. Something is being shook. We make a push. Both healers dead. My Black Panther starting to lock in now. Look at this. I'm like, okay. He's got the Hela now. Okay. Now I notice that Black Panther is still back there, but you know, I'll just kind of stay by the cart, try to protect our cloak as much as possible. Whenever he decides to reappear, because now I'm like, nah, buddy. I'm coming after you, buddy. Fall. Oh yeah, you see I used a choke to get elevation to try to get up there. We got some damage, but worked out. Things have been cleared out, and look at my Black Panther, like he's going crazy all of a sudden. Look at this. I'm like, yeah. So he's cooking. And as a result, we're able to make it past that first point. So we move on. Tandy needs help. Don't worry, Tandy. No us against the world for you, buddy. You're dead. Ultron got destroyed by Hela immediately. Things are happening. Team is still clearing out. I like it. Hela tries to get away, but is killed by our cloak and dagger. a good kill, but now he is still in that same area, out of position now, with the Black Panther looking at him. And look what happens to my healer as a result. Bad positioning, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. That is not a good trade. My cloak was so thirsty for a kill on Hela that she gave away her life for a DPS life. Horrible trade. But thankfully, their Loki decides to sell. Shout out to Loki Curse. Copies my ult for some reason. So their Emma dies. Loki's about to die. Thing is dead. And no one's on point, so we're able to get the point. The cloak tries to use the ult to stop it. Ends up wasting it as a result. And now we're just getting free kills on everybody. Free kills on everyone, you know what I'm saying? Get a free push. I like it. I like it, baby. Now they decide to switch to cap. Try to be annoying. I'm like, oh, brother. Oh, brother. But that cap dies immediately. And on top of that, do you really want to play cap against an Emma? Especially if the team's going to actually look at you and shoot you right now. He said he's hunkering down for some reason right in front of Wolverine. Dead. Beautiful. Now at this point, we're just trying to hold them now. Just trying to keep them back, you know? One at a time, they're coming out the spawn and just dying. Now we got a phenomenal push. The other team's like in shambles, just picking all types of stuff. This in shambles right now. So I'm like, okay, this is great. This is great. We end up finishing that round with more time than they did, so we start on defense as a result. Defense, you know how that goes. I see my guy Donnie here get Magneto. I tried to choke him, but he had a bubble. Did an accidental kick to push him away, but that actually works out in our favor because he's still able to get the fantastic kill. And then obviously they just get pushed back, so it works out either way in that situation. But I'm sure he really wanted that kill. He was pretty close to it. We're taking up a lot of space here, not really allowing them to move too much. And then I'm still not too far from that corner that I like to be at, so that way my cloak doesn't have to overextend in order to heal me at the very least. Some of the other people can't say the same. But it's working. I'm just watching the thing be a free beam charge for me, so this is great. My Black Panther got destroyed by the Mr. Fantastic. That was in front of me somehow. And yeah, still doing a good job here. I probably should have went diamond form there to try to keep my beam, but it is what it is. I think my thought was that I was trying to save it for their cloak and dagger ult. I like to try to, you know, kick them out of it and destroy them so that way they lose their ult right away. But yeah. It's a nice ult here. Actually managed to get a kill on one of the people. There's the us against the world I was waiting for. But we tried to get him, but look at that bubble. That was a fantastic bubble from Magneto. Because otherwise she would have been dead. Would have been absolutely dead. Now they got a Bucky. I'm like, wait a minute. What happened? That almost hurt. So now we're just getting the ult dumped. Still got that Ultron ult, which obviously isn't going to do anything for anybody. I tried to get Bucky, but instead it's a Fantastic with a substitution jutsu. Takes the place of Bucky, so I'm not able to stop him. Not the reset or anything like that. They're aping me. I die. Fantastic! And they make it past this first point. Or they eventually will. We try to stall, but it's just not going to end up working out. It's a co-op time. It's us against the world. Based on their positioning, I can't really go after them with the diamond form. They're already a little too far. I try to get there, but for some reason she like sponged the kick. So I'm like, oh, well, that's good. And then Ultron to die, so you know how that goes. More alt dumps. Big damage boosted Doom. Like, okay, well, time to reset, guys. Time to reset, you know. Now, we get to this point here. I try to ult since I know that they've used basically everything. See if you can get them off the point. You got quite a few people. They're weak. They're off the point. They're dying. Magneto's dead. And there it is. So they managed to get past the first point. Not super far, but obviously it's still tough in overtime because you never know what could happen, right? But you see at the start of this round, when it's our turn to attack, they've already they're playing the way that I do, but the entire team is doing it, so they've given us a lot of space. This woman was way overextended. I don't know why she was there. I really wanted to kill her, but she got bubbled. So that was great for her. But because of it, a lot of their teams just like cooked. So they lose a healer, they lose a thing. I was gonna go kill Mag, but he gets shielded, bubbled. So go for a squishy instead. Now we're just going after the other healers. Easy peasy, right? Easy peasy. Love it. So now we're just making an easy peasy push right to the first point because nobody can get there in time. And now here comes the pivotal moment. What can we do in order to beat their place and win this game, right? Still with the Ultron, still with Cloak and Dagger. And at this point, they have 3 healers. They have Invisible Woman, they have Luna, and they have Cloak and Dagger. So I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be nasty. They have 3 primary healers. We have Ultron. Managed to get a kill. Us against the world. I'm hanging on by a string. Getting healed out my ass. And then co-op time. I'm like, okay, this is it. This is the only co-op time I'm going to get in this amount of time. There's a Luna ult. I'm like, okay, so they did Cloak and Dagger. They did Luna. Invisible Woman was the only one, so I'm like, I gotta go for this ult now. As soon as this ult is over with Luna, I have to try to cancel out Invisible Woman. Let's go. Bad ult. So many people caught in it, dying, just all dying, including Invisible Woman. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. That's 4 people dead, 2 left. Gotta get the thing, gotta get Magneto, gotta get them out of here as soon as possible. Bast graced us. Dead, dead, dead. Just a big fat juice. That's why I'm Lord and my biggest geek.
Good. I'm saying good. What's happening?
What's that you're saying?
Heavy good. Big jet. Oh, yeah, ain't good. I ain't coming to Ermin Gurman. What's Ermin and Gurman?
Yeah. Whatever the that means.
You understand? And playing around here. And with that being said, we finally do it. Season 2.5. Hit Eternity again. Very nice. It's an absolute privilege and joy. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I'll see you around next.